Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Another day, another Satoshi. Indeed, it is your esteemed host, Malcolm McFly, the greatest economic emancipator this side of the cosmos, fam. Now, last essay, I know I did say I was going to talk about XRP, but I did not want to inundate you. And plus, we have about 2 quarters left until we have any type of traction with Discovery. So instead, I figured it's been a while since I did a coin spotlight, fam. So without further ado, I want to begin this essay with a coin spotlight. Now, as we're in the middle of the year, and we have 6 more months, 2 more quarters to tailor our portfolio, contingent on what happens through the duration of the year. This market is a really good time to assess where you want your bags to be and dollar cost average in the technologies you believe in. Now, fam, it always goes to say what I say. No one's team is going to be the same. You tailor your team to your needs, your time restraint, and as well as your knowledge. Don't go and get something because someone else said that. Now, with that being said, today's essay is going to be about Algorand and why I think this could be, or could this be rather, a profitable move for next year, Q1 2022. Now, I say that to say this. It's kind of apropos we talk about Algorand, fam, because I believe it was on this day 2 years ago, Algorand made its debut. Now, like many technologies, it shot up because of the exuberance and found its price. I believe it hit probably like $2.50, something like that. Algorand's all-time high price was a little over $4. Fun fact. So there's still a lot of room for growth at this price. Now, Algorand has traded about $1 parabolic for like all year last year. If you were able to get in at not sub pennies, around 22 to 25 cents, you could have made some good profit. Now, profit aside, what exactly is Algorand and why should we even put money in it, fam? I mean, it's only $1, but what else? All right, let's do some backstory real quick. This gentleman right here, Silvio Micheli. Who is Silvio Micheli, you may ask? Well, 4 decades at MIT. And why is that important, fam? Why does MIT ring a bell? Remember, our current SEC chairman and chief filibuster on this Ripple case, Gary Gensler, he also worked at MIT as well, fam. So not only following the paper, we must follow the relationships and the rapport as well. So Silvio Micheli, heavily touted in the crypto space. I believe this gentleman has the equivalent of the Nobel Prize for computer science. I think it's the Gobel, if I'm not mistaken. Graduated from Berkeley in '82. So a very astute man. Like I said, over 4 decades at MIT. So very, very respected. Now, before we get into this, I got a quick couple of current events. I want to keep this spotlight short. I don't want to give you analysis paralysis and just inundate you with too much information, but I do have 2 current events I want to get on, fam. Possibly three. But Algorand, or more specifically, Silvio and his team, set to compete against now Ethereum. We all know Ethereum's a top dog when it comes to blockchains, right? Now, who are Ethereum's competitors? I'm talking about direct competitors. Has the potential to knock them out. We know about Cardano. Charles wields his sword heavily. We know about Polkadot, right? Now we have Algorand. Now, Algorand is a very high play. Personal hypothesis, fam, because we must know it's already over the 1,000 transaction per second mark, right? So it's faster than Ethereum. No, excuse me, it does 15 transactions per second. Well, I think Ethereum's at like 5 transactions per second, like that. No, I was correct. Prior. It does over 1,000 transactions. Algorand, Cardano, and Polkadot all do over 1,000 transactions per second. They're saying the upgrade to Algorand, it could go over 2,000, which would make it faster than Visa. Now, that remains to be seen. Now, how fast it is in I believe the top 7 to top 10 as far as speed, fam. Tron is still faster than, I believe Tron settles in like 3 seconds. Digibyte and XRP still pretty fast as well. But the main point of Algorand now, Years ago, Vitalik Buterin, founder of Ethereum, right? He stated something very, very profound, not just on cryptocurrency. Well, no, excuse me, not just on his pet Ethereum, but on cryptocurrency as a whole, that stands test to this day. Crypto is looking to defeat this three-headed dragon, fam. Stability, security, and decentralization. Now, according to Vitalik, now this was years ago, fam. This was years ago. A coin can only master two of the three. It's going to have to give up or not necessarily put as much effort, but something's not going to get as much attention, right? That's why Ethereum has so much problem scaling years today. Now, what Silvio aims to say, he has mastered all three: scalability, security, and decentralization. Now, Algorand was one of the first, if not the first, big market cap technologies. Right now, it's sitting at a little under $3 billion, which is insane considering where it came from a year and a half ago. But it's one of the largest market cap technologies that offers staking. So you're incentivized to hold one of these technologies, fam. Now, remember, staking, like I said, it incentivizes you to hold it. Why would I sell something when I get more of it for merely holding it in my wallet? Speaking of wallets, very briefly. Now, it is official. This was when was this? A week ago. Not even a week ago. Half a week ago. 3 days ago. Excited to announce that the official Algorand wallet code base has been open source and is now publicly available. So now Algorand officially has its own wallet. Prior, you can store your Algorand. I like it on Exodus. Exodus is software technology you can either have on your smartphone and or on your desktop that holds over 100 different crypto wallets now. I remember when it only had like 5 or 6, but now you can hold over 100 different technologies on this wallet. You can also swap in the wallet as well. So let's say you have just hypothetical, let's say you have 27 Cosmos or whatever like that, and you're like, well, I'm kind of ready to get out of my position in Cosmos. I'd rather like turn that into Algorand, or I'd rather turn that to Binance. They literally have like a swap mechanism inside of Exodus where you can just turn that 22 Cosmos into the equivalent of the Algorand. So it gets your feet wet into trading a little bit if you have that innate knowledge, or just you're a couple weeks ahead on the news and you know what's about to happen. So it gets served really, really well. I've personally seen profits from it. Not a financial advisor, obviously, but one of my favorite things about this piece of news right here about Algorand having its wallet is that it's open source. So here's GitHub too. So anybody who knows how to code, you're allowed to go in there and change it to the aesthetic of your pleasing, or even if there's bugs, like there was some issues like drop down assets and just little stuff, just everyone, but basically the whole community pitching in to make sure it goes as it should. And that kind of plays into, Cardano does this as well with these staking pools. It basically gives, you're incentivized not only to keep buying Algorand and Cardano, but you're incentivized to delegate rules as to keep the blockchain strong. Now, I believe you only need one algo to, and this is at a random chance. So the more algo you have, obviously the higher chance you get to delegate rules. Now you only need one. Now with one, obviously those chances being very, very small. Now our currently, I believe the staking price for ALGO, I believe it's 5.8%. It may be more than that because I sometimes confuse Cardano with Algorand's APY. I know Algorand's is higher though. So if you have like 100 Algorand, you'll probably get 5.8. Or let's just say 1,000 Algorand, you'll get like 58 Algorand at the end of the year, which isn't bad at all. Now think about this, fam. At the price of a mere dollar, I'm thinking, okay, at the end of the year, $58, definitely better than nothing. But we must remember, contingent. If we do hit a bull market and Algorand hits those news, it gets past those regulations it needs, who knows where this price could be. Now, let's get into our current events before we end this very briefly. We've already stated Algorand is the pet project of MIT. So it should not be unbeknownst to Gary Gensler and his ilk, not only what this project is, but who else is interested in it, right? Sometimes in crypto space, it's not only who has the best technology, but what groups of people, where are they pulling their interest in, right? Good or bad. So it's always good to stay abreast. So we know the competitors, but we also have to know who's getting the most attention. Oh yeah, very briefly on Silvio. This speaks on what I spoke to a couple essays ago, how crypto is going to need each other, right? How the need for, or excuse me, the excuse for the tribalism in crypto needs to subside because you don't know who needs who. Like Silvio, very, very incredibly intelligent computer scientist, right? He's also fathered or helped father many algorithms that a myriad of other technologies use today. Much like the zero knowledge proof. So digital signatures, like those have his name on it. So if you're going to build a cryptocurrency, not everything is going to be from scratch, basically is what I'm saying, fam. You're going to have to use somebody's work. So Algorand looking like definitely a good player. Let's get into our first current event though. Former PayPal employees launched 6 Clovers, an Algorand-based cross-border payments network. That sounds very interesting. Announced Tuesday, Rapid Network built by 6 Clovers, a fintech infrastructure aims at creating a global decentralized payments network that connects merchants, banks, and payment providers to the digital currency world. Step by step, slowly but surely, fam. Slowly but surely. And we haven't even gotten in the flare yet. That's the beautiful news. I believe Algorand was one of the 4 to 5 coins that's going to be used on Flare's blockchain or be built on Flare. So smart contracts, if not already here, are coming to Algorand. So side chains, faster transactions, more secure Now, if Algorand already aims to slay this 3-headed dragon, and smart contracts with Flare is just like basically more armor. That's more armor. 6 Clovers founded by Jim Nguyen and Nas. That's a cool name. Nas Kavion. Former PayPal employees is backed by investments from Border Capital, BCW Group, Grupo Supervelli, a leading bank in Argentina, and other angel investors. So basically a lot of money. I believe it wasn't Harrington. I can't believe the name of the firm, but they put $100 million in the Algorand last week. I guess they're just looking for their new coin. They already were heavily, was it Harrington Capital? I can't remember, but they were already heavily invested in Cardano, Bitcoin, Ethereum. Speaking of which, second piece of news. Oh no, we already went over the wallet. No, so this is the last piece of news. So the WEF, right, the World Economic Forum, they recently came out and stated some of the not just some of the strongest crypto technologies, but kind of gave their like wink and nod at technologies that basically don't need to be tried by the SEC, because we must remember those alphabet boys, the IMF, WEF, all of them boys, they all must be in accordance with each other. And guess what was on there? Exactly. Algorand was on there. XRP was on there too. But that's a whole nother essay. We're going to get into that later. I hope I did not force too much information, fam. You're going to have to do your own research at your own time, at your own leisure. I'm merely posing a question. This is just a question. More a time capsule, honestly. It's really just a time capsule of real events. This is a narration. But will Algorand be a profitable technology, let's say this time next year? Because 2019, when Algorand first launched, I can't remember if it was June 19th or June 20th. It was one of those days, but it was around $2. Then the year after that fell down to what? 2020 was around 20 something cents, 30 something cents. And now here we are, 2021, Algorand right up under $1. Now, who knows? Who knows? We could be parabolic for the next 2 quarters, fam. I hope we are. I'm not trying to be pessimistic. I'm not trying to be a Debbie Downer, but I honestly hope that this is the high. I hope it don't go any higher than this, because think about 2 quarters of accumulating all your technology, stacking your team where you need to be. Q1 2022, you're going to ball out crazy. It's just something to think about, fam. Just something to think about. Now, this is the end of this coin spotlight. We going to come back. Once Algorand gets like a player of the week or something, we going to come back. But personal hypothesis, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not a CPA. I'm none of those things. But I am a baller, homie, and I will be in the playoffs. And I will see you there. We out.